Hi guys, Ripon here from Language Academy. Hope you all are good, safe and healthy. So in today's video, we are going to talk about IELTS writing module task 2 essay writing. The topic for today's video is how to interpret the essay question in the best possible way or the correct way. So as we have discussed in some videos before about the marking criteria, the first basis in the marking criteria for writing module is task achievement, which has three subparts which are written over here. The first one is completing the word count of the essay that you are writing. Second is writing relevant to the question. And third one is addressing all parts of the question. All three things are really very important and has a big role to play when it comes to interpreting or understanding the requirement of the question. For understanding this, we have taken an example of a statement of essay. Reading it, it says, in many countries, paying for things using mobile phone apps is becoming increasingly popular. Does this development have more advantages or more disadvantages? The first thing that we need to find out when we are reading the question is the tense of the question. Like this question has is increasingly popular. It matters a lot that we are following the same tense that the question is in to give our response in. Here the question is in present tense, so it makes sense that the answer should also be in present tense. And ing form, that is continuous form of verb used here, is increasingly becoming popular. That means this thing is still continuing. So we have to keep present tense, continuous tense in our mind when we are presenting our answer. Second thing, first thing actually, completing the word count. 250 words minimum. There's no need to go beyond 300 because in IELTS writing, quantity does not matter. It's only the quality that we are being judged for. So finishing somewhere between 270, 280, 285, it's more than enough to write. The next thing is writing relevant to the topic. The things that they have asked us, we are writing only on them. For that, to clarify the things for ourselves, it's good if we convert the general things into specific things given in the question. For example, in this question, they talked about in some countries. So that makes sense that we include something about different countries in our writing. And we should not limit our perspective or a response in one particular society or one particular country. And to address the countries every time in our essay or once or twice that we are writing, we can use the synonyms like affluent countries, developed countries, wealthy countries, not so rich countries, developing countries. It's a long list. So that will help us to keep in mind that we have to write something like this also when we are presenting our answer. The same way when we say using mobile apps. So mobile apps is something very general. So it again makes sense that we include something specific. For example, PayPal, BPay or Afterpay, some examples of mobile applications that we use to transact. So doing this actually helps us to understand the question better, and also because the third thing is addressing all parts of the prompt. Doing this in a way makes us confident that we have addressed everything that they asked us in the question. Synonyms is a very important thing because if we'll not think of synonyms, then we might get marks reduced for repetition. Because yes, the keywords are repeated a number of times whenever we try to present our ideas on a topic. So I have used a bit of synonyms. For example, they say in many countries, as I discussed, paying for things, we can use transactions, buying, purchasing for writing this. Using mobile phone apps, handheld devices, applications on handheld devices, cellular devices for mobile phones we can also use. Becoming increasingly popular, widespread, a common trend, an increasing trend, an increase in pattern being followed. Then for using, we have written via mobile phone apps or through apps. And for using mobile phone, we have written method of transaction, mode of payment. So this is how you have to think of the words. And this should be done right when we are reading the question and interpreting. Because the more we simplify it, the better we understand it. After we have done these things of reading the question, Then the next thing is, what is the requirement of the question from us? That is the structure. For example, here it says, does this development have more advantages or more disadvantages? And if we just ignore this word, if I read it without the word more, it says, does this development have advantages or disadvantages? These are two separate questions. If the word more would not have been there, then we will have to choose between advantages or disadvantages, because or word has a meaning in English. Or means either this or that. You cannot say it has both. But here it says more advantages or more disadvantages, which means that the question itself is accepting that there are advantages as well as disadvantages. What they want from us is which one is more. So when both of the things already exist according to the question, then we have to refer to both as the same part, addressing all parts of the question. So in this, if you feel that you are on more advantage side, then you should be writing 2 advantages and 1 disadvantage. And if you feel like you are on more disadvantage side, then you should be writing 2 disadvantages and 1 advantage. That's a very important thing, that the structure needs to be decided on certain criteria, one of which is the words, the context which is given to us is very, very important. In actually IELTS questions, the words like any, or this more, all, the best, the least, the most suitable are actually the words on which our structure varies. And most of the times we don't even pay attention, as we are more concerned about the main keywords and the nouns used and the trend presented. So these minute things actually make a lot of difference in our writing presentation, and hence should definitely be kept in mind before we rush on to write the essay. Because if we write the wrong one, in any way we are not getting the desired score, or we might not get the desired score. So this is how to interpret the essay question in IELTS. Hope it will be helpful for you all. Thank you so much.